With regard to the proposition that I'm not so sure if the... Thank you, Madam. Now, with regard to the proposition that was put by Mr. Ngomizulu on some of the witness here, it is indeed so, my lord, that upon being approached by the state, we recorded our vehement objection to the procedure that the state wanted to adopt or to employ. And basically the state, my lord, does not give the court the background of what is happening here. Remember, Mr. Ngomizulu said, as per the quotation that has been read on record today, Longwe was one of the people who apparently got injured in the house. Now the state wants to refute that allegation. Now the state says, we want to refute that allegation by showing a video that shows Longwe that the following day, that's the information that we got from the state, that the following day, Longwe was seen walking very straight, he was not limping, and which is an indication that he could not have been injured on the 26th, because on the 27th, he was seen, he's been seen on the video, he's walking very straight, he's not limping. But that on its own has got its own challenges, my lord. And the state says, no, we got a clip of a video from ANC, ENCA, yes, I'm sorry, from ENCA. We got a clip of a video that will demonstrate that Longwe immediately on the 27th he was seen walking. But that has got various challenges, my lord. And those challenges are as follows. Just before I get to those challenges, the state says, no, we want to rely on exceptions to the hearsay rule. We want to lead this evidence on a provisional basis and allow the brigadier here to opine on the content of the video itself. And the state is saying it will be in the interest of justice that such videos should be shown and therefore allow Brigadier Keninda to opine. The state does not even say that after the acceptance or the admission of this hearsay evidence on a provisional basis, what would then happen with regard to it being accepted as part of the record? Finally, it does not say to the court what is going to happen to that. But now these are the challenges that I mentioned earlier on, my lord. Number one, the statement, the 212 statement or the 213 statement that the state says was penned by, that the state says it received, and it is through that statement that it wants to introduce this video. It is a statement by a certain gentleman known as Mr. Bailey. We got that statement. Now, Mr. Bailey simply says to the state, on paragraph 5 from his affidavit, this is what he says, and he says it emphatically. He says, on paragraph 5, I have no personal knowledge relating to the presence of Mr. Twala at the home of Ms. Kumalo on the 27th of October 2014, as I was not present at a residence. In fact, at the time I was not working in South Africa. I was in fact working in China. To repeat, I have no personal knowledge regarding the events, people or places depicted in the footage that is requested. So how does then Mr. Bailey assist the court here? Because he simply addresses the question that we are taking up as an issue with the state. Number one, how are we going to know when that video was taken? Who will come and tell this court that no, this video was actually taken on such and such and such a day, on the 27th of October 2014? Who will come and say that? Who took that video? Under what circumstances? Why was that video actually taken? Those are all the things that the state is hiding from the court. But more importantly, my lord, more importantly, the state says that the probative value of this video, which is hearsay, lies on Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey says, no, it can't lie on me because I was not present at the residence. I was working in China. And it says to repeat, I have no personal knowledge regarding the events, the people or places that are depicted in the footage. How can it then be argued that the probative value of this video that Mr. Bailey distances himself from can lie on Mr. Bailey? It is worse with Brigadier Kininda. It is even worse with Brigadier Kininda. He will be called upon to give evidence or to give an opinion on something which the court will, something that the court will not even know. Where does this thing come from? For starters, we don't even know where was this video taken, whether it was taken at the hostel, whether it was taken at the tavern, whether it was, because we've seen the video. It's a 5-second clip of a video. 34 seconds, yes. It's a 34-second clip video. Where it was taken, we don't know. For what purpose, we don't know. But my lord, this is what should concern the court very attentively. Mr. Longwe, he's one of the state witnesses that is mentioned in the indictment. Let me repeat again. Mr. Longwe is one of the state witnesses who is mentioned in the list of state witnesses in terms of Section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Act. The state, by simply including him in the list of state witnesses, gave out an impression that if circumstances were to arise that Mr. Longwe should come testify, we'll definitely call him. Therefore, you as a defense, stay away from him, because as of now, he's our witness. Now, the question that begs this court is, and that should actually trouble the court, my lord, very gravely so. Mentioning Longwe in the list of state witnesses, that is the person on whose probative value on what is happening on that video lies. It is only Longwe who can come and tell this court, yeah, no. Actually, the state does not even have to call that video, does not even have to play that video. It simply has got to say to Longwe, Mr. Mngomezulu made these allegations to you that as and when this incident happened on the 26th of October 2014, you also got injured on your feet. Those are the allegations that Mr. Mngomezulu put to one of the witnesses. Do you agree with those allegations or not? And then he comes and tells this guy, I know, I never got injured today. Mr. Mgomezulu probably, I don't know, got that version from. That's the best evidence rule. Why is the state afraid? Or avoiding, really not afraid? Why is the state avoiding to call Mr. Longwe, my lord? Longwe Twala. Why is the state afraid? I have tried to come up with speculation and answers to which ingenuity may suggest. I can only think, my lord. And I'll be forgiven for thinking that the state is afraid that Mr. Longwe comes here. He says, no, I never got injured on that day. But beyond that, let me tell you how this incident happened. Actually, the firearm that was used on that day was not a 5.9mm, it was a revolver. That's just a speculation.
Can't listen to speculation.
Yes, thank you, my lord. But the gist of the question is, why is the state avoiding to call Longwe? The state does not say Longwe is no longer available. The state does not say that Longwe is untraceable. He's still there. That is the person on whose credibility and the probative value of what is depicted on that video lies, my lord. I would therefore strongly object in the strongest terms that that video should be played here and for Brigadier Kininda to come and opine on that video. What will he be saying? And in fact, the court has just indicated that it does not want to listen to speculation. All that Brigadier Kininda is going to say will be speculation, my lord. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, having listened to the submissions and the counter submissions by the state, by the defense, I'm of the view that if the state argues that the evidence which it wants to lead now is irrelevant, then this court cannot deny the state to lead that evidence. Because the defense, in any event, if it feels it is prejudiced, they can cross-examine on the basis of the evidence being inadmissible. So consequently, the application is granted.
Proverbs 24 verse 24 says, a judge who says to the wicked, you are innocent, will be cursed by many people and denounced by the nations. I don't think it dinga nokutolikwa, because the wicked can do as they please. We have the wicked everywhere, in every field.
Hey family, ziyakhala kwasho ngizwe emchunu wathi ziyakhala asikhale. Yeah, what we are saying in this court, it's really disturbing, because we are trying to understand why now the Longwe Twala video surfaced in court through ENCA. What exactly they want to achieve? Because Mgomezulu said this thing long time ago. Instead of them, they should have challenged Mgomezulu and called Longwe Twala than bringing this video. This video doesn't make any sense to me as to why the video is being played in court and the application that was put in court, and for the judge to grant that application. When Longwe Twala is alive, they can still get hold of Longwe Twala. He can be subpoenaed to the court so that he can explain himself as to what Mgomezulu, Advocate Mgomezulu, may his soul rest in peace, what he said about what really happened or transpired in that house on that day when Senzo Meyiwa's life was deleted. It's only him who can answer that question. Nobody within the defense who's ever uttered any word that Longwe Twala was limping. And the fact that Kininda is now bringing up an evidence that Longwe Twala drove the car, where does he get that? I hope the defense will easily attack him on that, because he's trying to open a lot of holes whereby he's giving advantage of the defense to poke all these holes, because he talked too much and non-stop. And when this is done by the defense, they're wasting the court's time. The judge will interfere. Now, this spinning of evidence that is playing on in this court, I want to applaud Advocate MNISI. What he is doing in that court It's amazing. Is a lawyer to be hired when you have kind of such cases whereby you want a serious lawyer who can easily defend you with all what he have. Because Advocate MNISI, the way he's all out, it's like he is being paid by the client from his pocket when he is paid by legal aid and he's not getting enough money. But he is proving himself because what he's doing in front of the cameras, we don't know when we are going to have problems and we'll be seeking his assistance because of what we see he is doing in that court. Coming back to this case, what Baloyi has done and the judge has done to accept or to grant that, okay, they can the application is granted. I don't know if tomorrow the defense will come with a video of Longwe in crutches. What will they say? Will the judge still grant the same, or he will start to somersault? That is the problem that we have in that court. For him granting this to Baloyi, you could predict his posture and everything while Baloyi was making the application. Even when the defense tried to crash that application, you could read from his face, body language, that which way was he heading to. It's really crazy. We don't know. Ukuthi ngempela uRatha uyedwa or kunabantu ababeke isibhamu enhloko ukuthi enze lento ayenzayo, because there's something that we don't see. There's a bigger picture behind this thing, which asiyiboni thina ngapha. Because whatever Baloyi brings up in court, it has to be granted. And even if he doesn't follow the law, look at what now Baloyi is doing. I will come to that video with Gininda as he crosses. Now, there was a understanding that they were going to go to the location whereby accused number one said, this is what happened to him. But now they are bringing the pictures. At the end of it, he will refuse when the defense start to say, this is what we agreed on. He will refuse to take them there. Because he will say, what is the necessity now? As the pictures have been played. Baloyi is trying to be really smart with Gininda because they know that if it happens that they go to that place, Gininda will be proven and will be strapped naked. All this kind of lies that he's telling this court. How can somebody be allowed to talk so much and somebody knows everything? It's really amazing about this. That's why every time I say, it seemed like he was a sole investigator. Did he ever investigate, or he was just trying to pick people and pin them on this case, like what we see? It's really mind-boggling to see what is happening in that court. I wish somebody can see or can rescue this problem, because it looks like even Ratha being there, he has to follow orders from somewhere. It's so hard to believe what we see in that court. I wish somebody intervene and start to make sense as to what exactly is happening, Ratha. Why are you doing this? Because it seems like Baloyi and those that we don't see are pulling strings in this thing, and Ratha is got no. It's like he's being monitored. You dare make a mistake, this is going to happen to you. We don't understand exactly, because only the fight that he puts too much is on the defense side. There's no fight in the prosecutor side or the state side or the witness side, whatever witnesses that are brought by the state. There's always a smile, winking, and doing all those kind of things to those data witnesses and Baloyi and everybody, but not to the defense side. Family, what do you think about what MNISI has done? I think MNISI is really doing us proud. He is taking this case accordingly, and he is making sure that if this case goes to appeal, there are 99% of it succeeding because of all these mistakes that Ratha is making. Because it will be questionable as to how did this case go up to this far when there were this kind of discrepancies. Family, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's fix our justice system, and let's not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bravo, bravo, bravo.